Warning! This podcast contains spoilers.
Lights, camera, non-stop action. That's right, tonight we are making history. It is time for the review of the As Seen on TV podcast. Welcome to Celebrity Big Brother. Welcome back, everyone, and happy middle of the winter from everyone. Welcome back to the As Seen on TV podcast channel. I am your host, Big Brother historian, superfan, and host, Luke Labagnera, coming to you live from the East Coast. With me, I welcome back my Big Brother team podcast team. Dom Greco coming to you live from the East Coast and from the Celebrity Big Brother house living room.
Hello.
Coming to you live from the West Coast, Jacob Salazar and his little friend there. Well, my friends, after 2.5 long weeks of countless competitions, backstabbings, no showmances, and no Zingbot, it is time to make history and crown the winner of Celebrity Big Brother. And congratulations to our 2 finalists sitting in the living room at this time. Well, not this time, but technical. Our final 2 celebrity house guests, Ross Matthews and Marissa Jarrett Winokur. As a reminder to everyone watching who is live right now, and as a reminder to our final 2 celebrity house guests, the winner of Celebrity Big Brother will receive $250,000, and the runner-up will go home with $50,000. One by one, I will pull the keys from the voting box to reveal whom each juror has decided on who should be the first winner of Celebrity Big Brother. Mark has cast his vote for Ross to be the winner of Celebrity Big Brother. Ariadna has cast her vote for Marissa. Omarosa has cast her vote also for Marissa to win Celebrity Big Brother. James has cast his vote for Marissa. Brandy has cast her vote for Ross. Meta has cast his vote for Ross to win Celebrity Big Brother. Keisha has cast her vote for... Congratulations, Marissa. You are the first winner of Celebrity Big Brother.
U.S.
And for the record, after the commercial break, Chuck has also cast his vote for Marissa to win Celebrity Big Brother. Well, what an epic season we have had this winter, especially...
Epic.
I thought it was pretty epic, but kind of the only thing I thought was kind of stupid about this was some of them wanted to go home, especially Keisha Knight Pulliam. And Keisha Knight Pulliam was most famous for her role as Rudy from the Cosby Show.
Huxtable.
Rudy Huxtable, who was the funniest, cutest little kid, and now she's grown into an attractive, beautiful woman. Meta, on the other hand, cracked me up because he knew nothing about this game. He was so brain dead when it came to this game. I mean, I don't know. I just thought that for a first season of making history with celebrities in the Big Brother house, I thought it was really, really different but good. And just for the record, I'd like to ask each one of you if you've had one or more house guests. We'll start with your likes first. Jacob, who was your favorite or any favorites of the celebrity house guests and why?
None of them.
I really only like one.
And who? Who would that
Not
be?
necessarily because of this show, but because of another show that they're on. I like Ross because he's a judge on RuPaul's Drag Race, and
Yes, I saw him on that.
That's about it. I don't care about anybody else.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't necessarily care about him on this show either, if I'm being honest.
Mhm.
well, he made runner-up. He went home. Well, we'll get to that in a minute, but he made runner-up, so I think he played a great game. Dom, how about you?
I definitely liked Ross. I mean, from the moment seeing him in the house, I didn't know who almost any of these people were coming into the house, other than Chuck Liddell, because I follow a little bit of UFC. I'm not a diehard UFC fighting fanatic or anything like that, but I know Chuck Liddell. Everybody else, I knew Shannon from American Pie, and I knew of Meta. I don't watch basketball. I knew of him, but I didn't know him. From
Right,
I couldn't recognize him like off the street if you told me to pick him out before watching this. But Ross is definitely my favorite. Going into the house, personality, his attitude, everything. Very disappointed Ross didn't win, but
Yeah.
You think it's a bitter?
I think Marissa pulled together what she needed to pull together at the end to allow herself to win. So
But it's not satisfying.
it's not satisfying. I understand why she deserved to win, but I still don't think that people voted properly. I feel like a lot of the votes went out because of favoritism and things like that. But that's part of the game, so
It's
It
part
is.
of the game, but that's always going to happen. But I think that's as a result of these people not being real players. And one of the things I want to talk about is the whole concept of Celebrity Big Brother and how it's fundamentally flawed, because these are not people who are necessarily fans of the show, and not people who are necessarily on this show because it means something to them. They're on this show because it's a job and they're used to this kind of thing, being on camera. In regular Big Brother, we have people who are in this game who have a goal.
Yeah.
And for most of them, this game could potentially change their lives.
Yep.
The people going into this season of Celebrity Big Brother, their careers are going to be fine.
Well,
It's the same as it was going into this house.
I think part of it too is we didn't have any huge name celebrities. We had like Mark McGrath from what
Ray.
what band is he?
The band he was in was Sugar Ray.
Sugar Ray. Yeah, and I know Sugar Ray obviously. I recognize, a couple of their hit songs and things like that. But they're kind of washed up now, unfortunately. And music in general, there's not a lot of bands around anymore. But the no celebrity on here. We didn't have like the Betty White that we were hoping for. We didn't have like any A-list celebrities like Brad Pitt or Tom Cruise or anything like that. We didn't even have like B-list celebrities like Brendan Fraser or.
We went down to the W.
Yeah, we went down a whole peg. So yes, these people are better off, like financially they're better off than the average person coming into the house that you would typically expect, but they're by no means set for life.
They're not, but they have careers that they could, fall back on.
Right. And $250,000 is nothing to them, basically. They make more than that, you're saying, basically.
Well, not necessarily. Some of them are not, I'm sure Mark McGrath is set for a while, like he had a lot of money coming in, but you got to also remember a lot of his music isn't still played very often. It's not like he's still getting a huge ton of royalties and everything from that. Sure, he's getting some. He's definitely getting some. I'm not saying he's not sitting back like, Eminem, who recorded stuff 20 years ago and is still seeing paychecks from that kind of, on a regular basis. He's getting a little bit. He's getting enough to make it. I'm sure they have, actual jobs too, some of them, where they're making. But most people going into the Big Brother house have jobs as well, so you can't even say that.
But you need to keep in mind that a lot of these people actually leave their jobs to get on this show.
Right. Some of these people did too, though.
But a lot of these contestants, in particular, these celebrities, they can go back to their jobs.
Mm-hmm.
Regular contestants, like normal people, they don't have jobs to go back to when they get out of the house.
That's not entirely true, because It 100% depends on the job. If it's like somebody in the teaching field, Big Brother is normally over the summer, so it doesn't affect summer like that. If it's something like a restaurant or something, they have a little bit of a harder time. But depending on how long they've been there, how much paid vacation time that they have, and depending on how friendly they are with their boss, if their boss is somebody who understands, they can take a leave of absence and then rehire back when they come back. Some jobs, no, absolutely not. They can't go back to. But yeah, the celebrities that came into the house, none of them would have come into the house abandoning a job that they couldn't go back to.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
Which is why the stakes are not meaningful. So what Celebrity Big Brother really should be about is the emotional journey that these people go on. And I feel like the only person who really had one was Ross, which is why I wanted him to win, because from a gameplay standpoint, I didn't really care about any of these people. From a narrative standpoint, I cared about Ross. And I think, it would have been satisfying had he won because I like him and I know who he is, but also because of the story that can be told with him, because it's a show. This is still a show. It's a competition, but it's a show, and people like seeing people do amazing things. And this very effeminate, high-pitched voiced gay man wins this show. That's inspiring to some people who are just like him, people who look like him, people who sound like him, people who are just like, even remotely act like him, or for any gay person really who's watching, who's a fan of the show. That's inspiring. We don't have a lot of gay winners.
But I think at the same time, too, him getting as far as he got and him winning runner-up and, America's Favorite House Guest and everything like that, I think that is all... Yeah, exactly.
Congratulations
to that speaks volumes. That definitely does.
That right there is where where America gets to vote and gets to put their input. And I think the other method, even though it's not satisfying... I think it allows it to show that there's still it's still an element that can't be controlled. Because if it was that way, it's just like, oh, Ross deserves to win, he should win. That's kind of predictable, and you know that. But having this X factor in that it could completely go a different way goes to show you that it's not planned out, and that's what I like about it.
Yeah, but not to say the show is still heavily produced. But while it's predictable for a reason because people want to see it.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, it's satisfying to see that he did win America's Favorite Player because he's our favorite, so we want to see that. We want to see him get praise. It's just it's just like, oh, you were almost there, and you didn't make it. Like Survivor has had its fair share. Like a lot of gay men have won Survivor, so we're just waiting on Big Brother. I don't know if you as a gay man it's different, I guess, maybe to you, Don. So I'm not really sure if it's not sure if it's a perspective thing, but I would have liked to have seen him win.
Oh, I'm not a gay man, and I would have loved to have seen Ross win. Ross is the one I was running for this entire show. And I get that aspect of feeling that, someone more relatable to you personally that you would like to stand up and have win and look up to and things like that. But I don't think having Ross come in second should affect those feelings. He still made it really, really far. He still did all these fantastic things. And not winning doesn't negate any of that. It just shows you can get there. You can get there. He was there. It's just he didn't get first place. He got second place. He got America's. But second place is not terrible, So I wouldn't look at that in a negative light.
No. But here's the thing. He also made history, not only, not by being second place, but since combining his earnings together, he went home. Well, he was given the prize of $50,000 for being runner-up, but he was also given the $25K grand prize for America's Favorite House Guest. So combined all together, he went home with $75K.
Mm-hmm.
My personal favorites this season were Ross. I was definitely rooting for him. He played a smart game. He stayed out of the line of fire. He was the underdog in the beginning. Everybody on the other side of the house was gunning for him. But also, he made it very far. He played his heart out, and he played for the win, and he made it very far. My other personal favorite was the eye candy of the house, James Maslow. Ugh, he was eye candy. Come on, the muscles, the bod. What? What? Okay, why didn't you like him? Why was everybody like? I don't get it. He played a good game.
No, I don't like him.
What?
A lot of people play a good game on this show. Doesn't mean I like them.
Oh, right. I know that, but what was it you said you didn't like him, Jacob?
No, it's really just just on the sheer fact that the only reason he was cast in the show is to be eye candy, which you already deduct points for me if that's the whole reason why you're on this show. However, when you bring something to the show other than that, then that's good. I just didn't connect with him. That's really all it boils down to. If I don't connect with you, then I don't pay attention to you, and you really don't matter to me. I don't care if you go or if you stay. And there are so many good players that have been on the show, so many good players on this show, so many good players on Survivor, who I don't care about just because I don't connect with them. And that's really
I'm gonna say that even though I didn't like Brandy at all, she wasn't wrong. She wasn't wrong with her assessments of him.
Well, what did she say about him?
That he was very conceited and acted like a know-it-all, and he did a bit of that. I definitely got that feeling come across. And granted, I only watched what was on. I didn't watch the live feeds at all.
Me neither. I didn't bother watching.
So I don't know, other stuff that was said that wasn't shown on TV, anything like that. But I definitely got that he was more into himself than anything else.
That's not cute. It's not a cute look.
Yeah.
No, it's not. And he was famous for being on Nickelodeon's, and I forgot the name of his band. It slipped my mind. I don't know, but he was on Nickelodeon for a brief period of time in his band, and he is a musician and an actor. But I also want to bring up a very important VIP member that was in the house on the political standpoint, Omarosa.
Yay.
Okay, let's talk Omarosa for a minute. Let me get your opinions on him. Do you think she trashed our president, or did she be honest?
The thing with that Oompa Loompa in office, he is he's going to be talked about just because of reasons. She didn't trash the president. People trash the president. They do. He didn't do it. She was being honest. She talked about her experiences. They weren't good experiences, and she can come out and say that. And
she did mention a few experiences that were good. She mentioned a few good experiences, but the negative overshadowed that by far.
Yeah, I mean,
and it also wasn't shown a lot on TV.
Yeah. No.
Do you think? Oh, I'm sorry. Hold that thought for a minute. I want to point out. Do you think she made the right decision by she won HOH during the double eviction, but when Ross and Marissa were nominated for eviction, do you think she made the right choice after Ross won the power of veto and took himself off the block? Do you think she made the right choice by backdooring James Maslow?
Yeah.
I think
it's hard to say.
I think so.
It's hard to say though, because
I mean, trying to look at it now, knowing Marissa was going to win, you could easily say no.
Yes, but on any other day, she wouldn't have won. That's the thing about these reality shows. If the events had happened on another day, things would be completely different. They could be completely different, rather.
But you were saying about Omarosa.
Somebody ate somebody's sandwich, one day, and somebody said something or other to somebody the other day. Different people would be going home. So it's really hard to say, if it was a good decision or not. Hindsight is 20/20, but sometimes, you're just blind as fuck.
Yeah, I mean, she could have. Me personally, yes, getting James out was a great idea. But
because you couldn't beat him in the end if he made it to the end because he was strong.
But at the same time, there was opportunity multiple times when both Ross and Marissa were on the block together, right? That happened twice?
Yes.
At one of those points, Marissa should have gone home. The point is to throw them both up there to get one of them to go home, to break up the power couple, and then both times, the other person was chosen that got replaced, the replacement. It's what was the point of putting them both up together if you weren't going to take a shot at them? That's the thing I don't understand. So
I think it's because, and maybe I could be wrong, but because one of them was saved, and you voted out the other one would be gunning for you, but that still doesn't make sense because you put them up in the first place. So even if one of them survived,
the first time this happened, this is when Meta was evicted, right? And everybody unanimously just wanted Meta out because he wanted to go home. So that right there is kind of what dampened the game and ruined the game a little bit. Because if Meta didn't request to go home and like beg everybody to get him out of the house, I think Marissa would have left in that scenario when Ross took himself off.
Ross. But do you remember, if we go back there, America had the power to cast, well, it's time for America's vote when it came to do a special power veto, and it was the VIP veto. Ross could have used that veto twice, not just on himself.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So, I don't know. Like, there was definitely some things I didn't like about this season. Number one, I didn't like the length of the season.
Yeah, 2.5 weeks.
It just felt very rushed, and there was a lot of episodes going on, and I lost track of when things, because I come back to my DVR and be like, wait, there was 2 episodes, like I missed, and then there's like a 2-hour episode, and I'm like, what is going on? I couldn't keep track of the schedule. If I didn't have my DVR set for this, I would have lost it, and there was no way for me to tune in on a consistent basis and be like, oh, it's on tonight, it's on. No, thank God I have a DVR.
And I think it has to be that way just because of who these people are and the careers they have. It has to be this way, and also to that point, again, why the concept of Celebrity Big Brother kind of bothers me is that a lot of these challenges were dumbed down. We had a lot of challenges.
The wall competition where they sat for the whole thing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like, I get it. I get it where they have to, but like some of the classic stuff that we're known for Big Brother weren't there. Luke mentioned Zingbot. Zingbot would have been fantastic to see.
I don't know why he wasn't here, but I don't know. I guess they couldn't pay the actor to be in the fucking suit.
I personally think it's because they didn't want to take a shot at celebrities and start making fun of celebrities.
You fucking have them on this damn reality show where people make themselves look like dumbasses. So
I know, but I think
wrong.
It may have been a clause in their contract or something along those lines. I don't know.
Shut the fuck up! I fucking preach.
And no showmances.
For me, showmances are to be expected. Most of them are already established with relationships and families and stuff like that. They weren't taking
those aren't a staple of the show anyway. I don't know. I honestly miss them.
But for me, one of the competitions I was missing the most on was the comic book one. Like, we had a variation. We had the functionality of what the comic book contest was as the power of veto that Ross won. That competition is effectively the same thing, but I wanted to see the comic books, the
fake movie posters or whatever.
Yeah.
I like that.
I do. I miss food challenges. You don't remember the food challenges?
Yeah, those were I think season 8 was the last time I saw one of those.
Yeah, and that was the pie or something like that.
Oh no, hold on. The season Ian one, I think there was a food challenge.
Yeah, season 14.
Yeah. But yeah, they've been few and far between. I know me personally, I don't have the stomach to do those kind of challenges. I can't even watch some of those, and once somebody starts gagging and puking, then I'm out of the room.
Survivor is not for you.
No, I know, that's why I don't watch it.
Why do they do that on Survivor too? The puking.
There are some challenges I wish they could do on Big Brother that they do on Survivor. Like, y'all know, I love Survivor more than I love this show. I love them both, but Survivor is just more intense. And there are some challenges that they just can't do on Big Brother. But there's this one challenge in Survivor almost every year. They've gone away from it for a while, but they're coming back where they do food challenges, where they take. There was one year, and I love this one especially. There's a wheel that you spin. It's like the Wheel of Fortune or the Wheel of Misfortune, where it lands on some sort of sea creature delicacy. And you spin it 3 times, and whatever 3 you have, the host puts it in a blender, and you have to drink it. Whoever drinks it the slowest loses.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you have to drink it fast, in other words.
Yeah.
Ooh.
See, for me, I know this is getting off because we're moving over to Survivor that we're not covering, but I remember watching, I think it was the first season of Survivor, where they didn't have real food for the longest time, and they ran some competition, and they were given burgers, and all of a sudden, like right after eating the burgers, they all like ran into the woods because it just goes right through them because their bodies aren't used to eating that kind of food anymore.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
there is, but there are a few challenges that I think they could do on Survivor that I think they could do on Big Brother, for example, or even just like twists that they can do. There was one season of Survivor where there was an endurance competition, but you had the option to either participate in the endurance competition or you can sit out and eat a bunch of burgers because you're hungry. And like only two people chose the burgers, and like they just watched people do the endurance competition. Like one of them who was eating the burgers, they got out like that episode.
I
because
mean,
they weren't
like
safe.
our endurance competitions we dealt with this season here with like the ski lift thing, like
Ski lift, yep.
what? That thing seemed so easy. It seemed like Mark and Ross could have stayed on that thing forever. Well, Ross probably would have fell off. I think if they left Mark on it, he probably could have stayed on for like 10 hours straight.
Yeah,
That's too.
the endurance competitions are definitely more intense than Survivor, but like I like the endurance competitions on this show as well. But yeah, again, it seems like they're fucking dumbed down.
We
There
didn't
is
see the egg competition.
No.
Yeah. No, was there
Or OTEV.
that challenge where you like I love OTEV. That one's good too.
Yeah.
That challenge where like the memory challenge with like the colors and like the words. Did we have that this season? I
Not
don't know.
exactly. We
Or
had
things blow up.
No, we didn't have anything blow up, and we didn't have the fill the bucket challenge with the little
Yeah, the
measuring
slip
cup. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
the
yeah.
measuring cup slip challenge.
There is this kind of sort of reward challenge that they do on Survivor every year. It's called the Survivor Auction, where people get a certain amount of money. I think they get like $500, and the host auctions off food, and people bid on it. Sometimes he does, but sometimes it's not food. Sometimes it's like a personal item from home or like a letter from home, or sometimes it's an advantage in the game that you can bid on. I would like to see that in Big Brother.
I like to see that too. They could change up some stuff, but a thing that they did change of the concept of the show was once you were evicted, you were automatically a member of the jury. Nobody went home. There was no pre-jury, and there was no jury house.
It's because the house was so small, but yeah.
Yeah, they would go home and watch which I thought was a better idea, instead of just having them go to the jury house and then hear from the other jurors that eventually come into the jury house. They could watch an episode from home all summer long or all season long and decide for themselves who should win this show, instead of having half of them go home and then having half of them go to the jury house. This season, I hope they at least all go to jury and have some kind of feed into the Big Brother house, so they could keep a concept of, okay, who's playing the best game all season, so that way they could watch all season instead of getting an opinion or having somebody like Dr. Will Kirby come and interview them, because on the summer season of season 19, Dr. Will called them all out and said, because they were arguing and being political and shit or whatever, being controversial, he was like, what are you, just a bunch of bad losers?
Yeah. So, well, I think the reason why we didn't have somebody like Dr. Will on this season is because these are all celebrities and they all have experience being personalities in front of cameras, be it, because they're in like an acting career, or if they're performance based, where they're on TV or performing on stage, or even if they go on talk shows, and they know how to do interviews. Even someone like Meta, who performs in front of people but doesn't necessarily articulate in front of people, even he's had experience on talk shows and different things. You'll see him on things like Jimmy Kimmel, Jimmy Fallon, or stuff like that.
What about Ariadna Gutierrez? What did you think of her?
She was interesting. I'm glad that she was given a chance to be shown a little bit more of who she is, because of everybody knows her for the blunder that was made, by why can't I think of his name right now?
Well, she was also runner-up for Miss Columbia.
That's what I mean. Everybody knows that. Everybody knows her as that because she was mistakenly crowned as the winner, and Steve Harvey. And then Steve Harvey came in moments later and was like, yeah, I made a mistake. My bad. And they had to strip her of the title and everything. So, like, she kind of became almost like, I want to say a joke, but not really. It's more of a joke of the situation of what happened than a joke on her
people
directly.
People made fun of Steve Harvey more so than they did her.
Yeah, exactly.
People will always remember her as Miss Columbia who got crowned for like 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Right.
So I'm glad that she had her time to shine where, you get to see a little bit more and learn a bit more about her than, I don't want to say make fun of her because it was never about making fun of her,
No,
Brandy
but
Glanville.
it was something to laugh at.
Yeah.
And is it just me, or was Brandy Glanville drunk 90% of the time?
100%.
She always had a glass of wine in her hand, or the bottle she was carrying out from the storage room. She had like a ton of them.
100%.
Yeah,
She need to give them more
She was
alcohol.
probably my least favorite person in the house, to be completely honest.
Well, she was the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Of course, she's gonna act like.
Never watched that, so I didn't really have any expectations on how she should be acting, because I've never seen. Is it even? Can I call it an episode of like?
I don't even.
Is
know.
that what they are? Are they episodes? Is it a reality show? Is it like what is it?
Okay, so the Housewives, to my understanding, I don't watch the Housewives.
Either
The Real House Hoes is what I call them.
Good one.
I've never seen the House Hose. I've seen the Basketball Hose, which I think is the same concept where it's just the wives. Like the Basketball Hose is basketball.
Is it a
wives.
reality show? Is it a game
It's a
show?
It's a reality show, and it's just basically the wives of these rich people, or in the case of the Basketball Hose, the wives of basketball players, just them socializing. It's literally just following their lives.
So it's like the Kardashians?
Basically, it's the Kardashians, but there's more drama just because, they're drunk like half the time. Then their Xanaxes kick in, and then somebody said something about something or other. Somebody spilled a Coke can. Somebody didn't get the regular water that they wanted. Blah, 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 whatever. Somebody stole a pig. I don't know.
Okay.
Somebody's invited to too many birthday parties, and that's the episode.
Oh, I
Okay.
see. I think.
That's probably why I didn't like her then, but okay. Yeah, she's my least favorite house guest.
Other than that, who else or what else should we cover? What
Shannon?
we thought about the season? Shannon
Shannon?
Elizabeth, Nadia of American Pie.
I think she had a very good chance of winning had she had stayed in, but they did the smart thing and got her out when they did.
Yeah, she played too hard in the beginning. I think that's
100%. I think she had the longest word in the history of Big Brother in that spelling competition.
Oh, we did do that.
Responsibilities.
Yeah.
Who was it? Jeff? Who had
Jeff
who
Schroeder.
held the record?
Season 11.
Yeah.
Season 11,
Yeah,
he did
his
that.
word was understandings,
Yep.
which I didn't think you could top.
No.
No.
Well, apparently.
Responsibilities, that was a long-ass word.
Yeah. But like she said, it started out as responsible and then it moved, responsibility and then responsibilities, so she had options to go into, which is always good. So
The point, how you win the challenge is you just take all the letters and hide them on the side, and then figure out what word you want later.
yeah.
Right.
I mean, but wasn't she also working with somebody? Didn't she whisper for somebody to give her one of her letters or something?
Yeah, which I would never do. I'm like, no, here's my letter.
Cheating.
Well, they were in an
It's not
alliance and
cheating.
all that.
Well, no, it is cheating. I would like to, point this out to some people because I think people need to understand this. People cheat in these challenges. They cheat all the time.
Mm-hmm.
That's okay though,
Yeah.
because there's no rule that says you can't cheat.
Right.
Bingo.
I think my least
You can't
favorite
break.
competition though we had was the red carpet walk.
That was kind of dull. I don't... Yeah.
I don't like how they threw it to Mark.
Yeah, neither do I.
I don't like when people throw things to other people, even if they are in your alliance.
I mean, I get it if it's a strategic thing, like Ross did it to ensure that he got to play in the final one, and that 100% made sense, but the other ones don't really, like in the middle of the game, they don't make as much sense to me.
I mean, if you know you're not going to win because maybe it's like an endurance competition, like you're injured, then yeah, I understand throwing it to like one of your allies. But if it's
Or
like
cutting a deal, that's different too,
and if it's deals, it's fine. But even then, like I'm still iffy about it. Like I just like seeing people fight it out.
Yeah, 100%.
Which is why I love. One of the reasons why I love Survivor over Big Brother is that the last competition incorporates all aspects of the challenges they've done up to that point. You know, because like you see them, you know, because it's a learning curve, and you see them apply what they learned in the past challenges, and they can redeem themselves in the final challenge because maybe they didn't win, you know, that aspect of the challenge earlier in the season, and like they're like, okay, I got it now, and then, you know, they apply it, and then they actually win, and that's what I like to see. Yeah, again, like part of the fun for me anyway in this these whole reality shows are the challenges, and like the challenges were just kind of disappointing to me, especially when people either throw it or throw it to somebody else.
Yeah.
Right.
I think the most comedic aspect of this season, though, was Meta for sure. Just like how he didn't know how to vote, you know, in the first episode. Number one, he started talking before Julie prompted him, and number two, he selected the wrong person.
I vote Chuck, he said. You're not voting for somebody to stay dumbass. You're voting for somebody to be evicted.
You know, I think
do that. I legit think production told him to do that.
No, I don't think so.
No, I don't think anyone could be that stupid. But then again,
I don't think so. And then like having him with the owl constantly was hysterical, and then the flamingo fight in the hot tub.
I'm not. See, I need to call this damn owl and like put this owl in like social services. What the fuck is it? Show me on the owl where he touched you, please.
At some point, they hid the owl on him. Like, do you remember when was it Shannon left the house? She told him where the owl was hidden. She hid him under the couch or something.
Yeah.
You know, like.
Why is it? Have y'all noticed that every single year we just get a new animal mascot?
Yeah.
That's never been
the squirrel was still there.
The squirrel's there, but no one ever paid attention to that damn squirrel.
No.
Right. And there was and then there was that rubber duck floaty thing that Paul brought into the house several times. What was that duck's name? You guys remember?
He didn't bring it into the house. It was out in the pool.
That duck is always in the pool.
Yeah.
No, not the rubber ducky. That floaty thing that he would wear.
I think they have those. Don't they always have that then?
He named it something though. I forgot the name.
Yeah, they always name the animals in the house. Like somebody brings some kind of animal in the house, or it's an animal that's already in the house.
Season 1, bring the pig back. Which
is why I think it'd be cool if Otev was reincarnated as one of these animals that the house gets named.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I'm so mad and disappointed that they didn't bring Otev into the Celebrity Big Brother.
Well, Otev's a great competition, but it's a competition where you got to get dirty and like, you know, you got to climb up shit, and like the celebrities don't want to be doing that. So I understand why.
Yeah, VIP.
I don't know. They got dirty in a couple competitions. My favorite competition, I think, is the one in the dark.
Yeah.
Omarosa, I think, lost her pants. Was it Omarosa in that one?
No, Ariadna. It was Ariadna. Omarosa lost her shoe.
Oh, okay.
Other than that, though, I know it was not a disappointing season, but not over the top. What?
Let me put it this way. It was better than Big Brother Over the Top.
Yeah, it was.
What are we talking about?
The thing that Jake won't even acknowledge exists. But it was nowhere near as good as a regular season of Big Brother.
It was.
I would have enjoyed a few other like more well-known celebrities. I understand why they can't get them, but you know, maybe
right now you're directing a movie, but so what? Just come and
maybe try to get some people that we know of, you know, a little bit more that are, you know, I like as much as I say he's washed up, and I would have loved to see Brendan Fraser in the house, you know, like.
But like, why?
I would have loved
just
to see
because
Adam
I know Brendan Fraser. He's somebody that I've watched on movies and stuff. I can relate to a little bit more than because Brendan Fraser is just like he's like the next tier down of like a Nick Cage. And if I was like a actor in a movie. If I was an actor in a movie, let's not be real. Like, I would be a Nick Cage type personality. I'd just be batshit crazy, off the wall kind of actor. And Brendan Fraser is that, but down a couple rungs, you know?
Yeah, I guess.
So I can relate more to like Brendan Fraser, and I don't think he's doing anything. I think he could have possibly been on the show. You know, I can't say for sure, but
people need to agree to be on this show.
Yeah, 100%.
I'm sure they've asked people who just said no.
100%.
I think there are people who Oh, go ahead.
I would love to see on if I think they're going to do another Celebrity Big Brother because I think Julie Chen pointed it out on her Instagram, like as a hint or something like that.
Yeah.
I'd love to see Adam Rippon. He is totally gorgeous.
I definitely think we'll see this again next year.
I'm
100%.
fucking sick of these fucking pretty people who have nothing to offer on this damn show. Stop with it.
But
No.
I also would like to
Stop.
see a comedian come into the house. I think that's
Why-
something we were lacking in the house.
Angela Johnson, what the fuck are you doing? You're not doing anything right now. Be on this fucking show.
Just get some comedy in here. I think like one of my favorite comedians of all time right now is Bo Burnham. He's a little unfiltered, and I don't know if they would be able to put him in the house because they'd have to cut a lot of edit around him and stuff like that. But just to get, because he's really funny because he hates reality stuff, so it would be even funnier to get him in the house to like make fun of it
I'm watching the whole thing
while it's happening. But yeah, I think just a comedian to like lighten some of the moods and stuff and throw some comments and jokes and stuff would change the house up a bit.
What we really need is a good old drag queen with a good old black lady at church. That's really all we need. Here's what you need. You're gonna get you some Lady Red Couture. If you don't know who that is, watch Hey Queen on YouTube. Hosted by Johnny McGovern, who made gay music videos in the 90s and like early 2000s with his drag queen homo homie Lady Red Couture. She's amazing.
Or Courtney Act.
Courtney Act, who won Celebrity Big Brother, not in the US. But yeah, she did win a season of a Celebrity Big Brother. But like, there are celebrities who aren't necessarily like A-list celebrities, but they're still recognizable. Try to go for the C-list. The C-list can be recognizable. Or you could just bring in people from nostalgic movies, those actors who are not doing anything right now.
Right.
But you know who they are because you remember them from that one movie that you saw as a kid.
The Mummy.
The Mummy.
Exactly.
Or get some voice actors in there too, like Gilbert Godfrey, something like even though he's a comedian,
he was already on this show.
Yeah, that's true.
As Otev, right?
Yeah, he was Otev once.
You get Robin Williams. Oh wait,
he's dead.
Yeah, hanging around with John Rivers.
Mm-hmm.
That was a terrible.
But no, I definitely I'd love to see some more voice actors or comedians or something like that, because it'd be great, and I know he's too old to do it or whatever, but you get Jim Cummings, to come in, who's the voice of Winnie the Pooh, and he wouldn't be able to do any of the physical competitions, but you get somebody who's a well-known voice actor like that. I'm saying a younger person or something like that, and they just come in and do the voice of the character they're known for just to change things up a bit. Would be hysterical.
Great. That'd be great, but we need to keep in mind that a lot of these celebrities that they chose, I don't know a lot of them this season, but they were good for the type of show that this is. Yeah. So, the basketball hoes and the Real House hoes, those are good for reality TV because they're already on their own.
That's the same reason why they brought Omarosa in.
Because
she's known as the reality show villain and her ties to Trump in the White House and things like that, knowing that they're going to get her to talk about it, all that kind of stuff. That's why she worked out so well in the house. A couple of the other celebrities, I think, didn't realize what they were in for and figured that, I think Meta is one of those ones that they expected to get out quickly, so he didn't expect to go far and just agreed to do it because the money was good or whatever the case may be, and it's something to help in his off time and whatever, and then he realized, I can't do this anymore, and he wanted to go home. And I know that's disappointing to us as fans, but the funniest thing that Meta did in this house to me was at the very end when he was voting, and he's just yeah, I don't know which one, and he's just grabbing he's shuffling the key in the bag. That is to a Big Brother fan like Ross, who's a huge fan of the game, and he's sitting in the house. He's like, Meta, no! Just watching Ross's reaction is what made that hysterical for me. Because otherwise, if he's just shuffling the key, I don't know what, that's not funny to me. But Ross, Ross's game kind of hangs on the balance of that. And he's screaming, no, you have to vote properly. He's oh, that that was great to me. It made for a great moment on TV, but for, if you're in the game, if you're involved on high stakes, and if it costs somebody the game, I totally get where that feels disrespectful and things like that. But it worked out, and it led to a really funny moment.
It did.
Mm-hmm.
What else do we have to cover for Celebrity Big Brother?
I don't know. I think that might be about it.
Well, until next time, remember now, Big Brother, Summer Big Brother, is just around the corner, 3 months away, so got to get ready for the tradition again. Until next time, Dom, where can the people find you?
You can find me down below at Phenomenon, PHENOMEDOM.
And Jacob, where can the people find you?
You can find me and all of my Googles and Gore and Monsters and Mayhem on Twitter. Tweet at me throughout the week at the life at TwoNoverland. That is TONOWHERELEND. Join the Noverland Society.
I love it.
Luke, where can people find you?
You can find me down below on Twitter at Zupa23.
And you can find us all and more on Facebook, Gmail, G+, Twitter, and both right here on YouTube and Twitch, as well as down below on Discord at /ASO TV Podcast for some more podcasts for some of your favorite TV shows, games, and movies.
From outside the Celebrity Big Brother house, I am Luke Labagnera. This is
It's
Dom
just Big Brother
Bricka
House.
and Jacob Salazar. We will see you this summer for Big Brother's Milestone, Season 20.
Big Brother Heroes versus Villains. Come on, let's do it.
Let's do it.
Or the first time evictees.
Or that too, which they
I would
no
really
reality
like
show has ever done.